Good. Hello, Timothy.
Right.
Hi. Thank you for having this interview together with me, just having this chat during the following 40, 50 minutes, something like that. You and I know each other from Mind Valley.
Yes.
Partially, we're in a couple of groups together. And I don't believe that we spoke in person just yet. So I'm very curious just who you are, what you do, and what your vision is upon the world. So please enlighten us.
So my name is Tim. I'm 24 years old, and I've known Mind Valley for many years now, since 2014. So about 10 years
Almost the
now.
beginning.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. And with Mind Valley, I back then, like 10 years ago, I was struggling a lot. I was at school, I was bullied, and I struggled a lot, especially with low confidence, low self-esteem, shyness. And then during that time, I started looking for answers, and then I learned about meditation. And there was this book called "Bring Out the Magic of Your Mind" by Alcoran, which was basically like a law of attraction book. And I learned about like the subconscious mind. I learned about meditation, visualization, and that's what got me started with like practicing meditation. I started feeling more calm, and then I learned about the silver method.
Nice.
And I from there I found out a video with Vision on it, and then I just resonated what he said, and then I just looked him up and found out he's this founder of the company Mind Valley, and then that's what got me to start watching more videos, and then eventually reading his book, The Code of the Extraordinary Mind, and then doing the quests, and then I went to Mind Valley University in 2022 and also 2023 as well.
Mhm.
And then I dove into a lot of quests, with the peers courses about like hypnotherapy, Paul McKenna, and I would say those ones really helped me a lot with by reprogramming my subconscious mind. They helped me a lot with my confidence. And eventually, I had a session like 2 years ago, 2021, summer 2021. I had a hypnotherapy session, and I would say that helped me a lot with.
You received one.
Yeah, I received one.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep, with a RTT, so with a therapist certified by Marissa Peer, and that helped me overcome my shyness and a lot of things that I used to fear, like for example, traveling, even just going to like socializing meetups and stuff. Like
Mhm.
now I can just do it. It's just a normal thing to me. I can
Yeah.
speak on camera like I am now, and now I can do it. And eventually, that's what it got me to becoming certified as a hypnotherapist with Paul McKenna. So now I'm a hypnotherapist and also a coach, and I help people become more confident.
Amazing. And also helping them appear on camera, right?
Yeah, also camera confidence, because that's a big one. That was something that I struggled with. I couldn't do like a video call before.
Oh,
So
not at all.
yeah,
Not even when when it wasn't recorded or something like that.
yes, even that.
And what changed then? Was that the hypnotherapy session?
Yes, it was doing the hypnotherapy. Like I just felt like different. Like how I saw things was different. I just felt instead of like afraid, it's like I felt just motivated. Like, I wanted because there's actually a part of me that actually wanted to speak on camera. Like that was like maybe my heart desire was actually to speak on camera, but I wasn't doing it because of the fear was blocking it.
Yeah. Amazing. Well, at least the process is amazing itself, as in where you were and where you are right now, and already like promoting in the group WhatsApps that we are in together with you yourself having that camera recording yourself.
Yeah.
And that's something that you want to lean into doing that more and more for more people.
Yes, because I've seen the power of hypnotherapy. Like I've helped people with many different things. I helped someone recently with he struggled with like he was drinking so many like energy drinks, and he couldn't stop his bad habit. And then just after the session, like he hasn't drunk a energy drink since, and it was like in November, December that we had hypnotherapy.
Mm. And do you like how does that work normally? Does someone come to you with a certain issue and then you address that specific one, or do you focus on certain fears or issues beforehand?
So I usually with a session I spend a bit of time, just like maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes, just talking to them, like getting to know what their issue is, like how it's impacting them in their life, and also knowing what their goal is, because you need to know like what your desired outcome is, how you want to feel after the session.
Yeah.
And then once I've done that, then I guide them into a trance, I relax them, and then after that, give them, depending on what their goal is, also what their problem is, then I guide them to identify basically what scenes in their childhood, in their past, that caused them to have these issues at the moment currently, and then let it go. And then once you clear like the root cause of the issue, then it's gone. Because
Oh wow.
most techniques like meditation, like all of the techniques that we see normally, like they don't really address the root issue. But with hypnotherapy, you're going to the root issue, like the root past experience that caused you to like have this problem, that caused you to have this pattern.
And does that the person itself? I don't know how to call it. Is that coachee? I don't know how you call them.
Uh, client,
The,
yeah.
the client there, does he have to be conscious of that original situation, the trauma? Let's say this small trauma.
They don't really need to be conscious. Even if they don't have a vivid, like they can see it vividly. Like even if it could be even just imaginary. Like I remember my hypnotherapist I had before. Like she told me about a client of that was had a vision like of him being on Mars, like with Martians. And even though it wasn't like an actual like memory or something, like it still was able to clear like the root cause of his issues. Because it's not about the actual memory, it's about the feelings that about
Yeah,
those
yeah, the
events.
emotional response on a certain situation.
Yeah. It's about
Wow,
identifying like the feelings that are causing you to be that
really
way.
amazing. And what I like, a lot of people are still a little bit fearful or afraid of hypnotherapy.
Uh
Um,
yes.
what's your experience upon that? Do you like comfort them beforehand, or do you just notice the people that reach out to you that they don't have that?
So a lot of people like they think like they only know about hypnotherapy like on like stage hypnosis, like you're like trying to control people or something or make them do things.
Yeah,
But like if it was true, like you could make people do things, like then like I always say like hypnotherapists would be like the richest people on the planet because we could just hypnotize everyone to give money to us.
yeah, yeah. You would think so, but maybe yeah, that's still a lot of fear. I think, at least for many
Yeah,
people.
yeah, and also just like comparing it like to other things like meditation, because when you're doing meditation, like when you're doing hypnosis, you're basically in the same state that you are when you're in meditation. Like we're always like, even if we're like watching TV, we're going in like sometimes we're going in a hypnotic state because it's just when our brain is like in the alpha theta levels. But so we're actually always going like passing in and out of like trances throughout the day. We're just not aware of it. Like even before you go to sleep, like you have to go through like a trance and then you're asleep.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And what do you use that trance or that meditational state for yourself to kind of deal with your own stuff as well?
Yes, I use like if you use it on yourself, it's called self hypnosis, and I can just use the techniques that I use like on my clients, on but on myself. So I
Yeah,
just
exactly. Yeah, of course. And what kind of things do you then focus upon? Or do you have certain things?
so I use it for like if there something that I get stuck on, like maybe a bit I'm doing my business, maybe there's a thing like a block, maybe I can't do my reach outs or something, or maybe I'm procrastinating, then I can use this to find out if I got what blocks are causing me to procrastinate,
Mm. Then
etc.
you can just remove those blocks into you getting into action later on.
Yeah, so like for example, if like a business, like you have to do like outreach, you need to reach out to people. Like Alexa Mosey says, you need to reach out to like people,
Got it
and
here.
yeah, you have to do like 100 DMs or something a day or something, and then like I was resistant to that. I was afraid of doing it. Like, but I used the techniques from the hypnotherapy to like clear the blocks, and then after that, like I was able to do it to reach out, and that's what helped
Mm.
me with my like my masterclass to get people because I could reach out to them and then tell them I'm doing this class.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, really amazing. So basically, you're just now finding more and more people that you can help. Is that the goal, or what are you actively working upon now?
So for now, I'm thinking like maybe expanding more to like things like focus because I think focus is a really big area, and I feel like many people struggle with that, like especially now with the phones and also social media. Like so many distractions, like all the videos are like very short now, and people's attention spans are a lot shorter. So being able to, I think, if you have this part figured out first, like focus, then it'll be easier to like do every other area, like because I think about all those courses, like on Mind Valley, you have so many courses like to choose from. Like you need to be able to focus on one.
Yeah, focus on one
So
and actually taking care of it.
yeah,
Yeah.
so definitely focus, and because I've seen like even with me, like I've created like an audio for myself to like I basically put all my goals like, and then soon after a few days, I had like a course that was on about how to make reels, how to make short videos. Before that, I was procrastinating. I wasn't like finishing the course. I couldn't even get through one video. Then I listened to my audio. Within a few days, I binge watched the whole course, and then soon I was making videos like every single day. Like I made like in one day I could make maybe 5 videos, uh, 5 reels, and then just post each one each day. And then I was able to post consistently for like 2 months.
Wow,
Yeah.
really amazing. And now you're going to like, are you then going to do master classes or stuff like that?
Yep. I'm planning to. I'm right now doing more like research on like focus, but I'm planning to do like a master class. I'm thinking about doing it's not just like one day like master class. I'm doing like it'll be like a 7 day thing. I'm thinking of doing like 7 days of focus. So become focused
Ah,
in 7 days.
like a little challenge, as in how to get people in stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a big one. Like, and your background, what are you educated as?
I have a degree in computer science,
Ah,
but
fellow engineer. Very good.
yes. But I right now I'm using like I prefer like to do this as my path as a hypnotherapist. It's kind of like Vision. Like he had a job, he did computer science, and then
Yeah,
he got the job at Microsoft. Then he quit his job, and then eventually he founded Mind Valley.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, doing the most important things in life that feel it gives us a lot of, well, the most energy, kind of.
Hmm.
Well, I'm an electrical engineer by my education as well, and now I'm just doing coaching and consulting because that's just the most fun, I
Yeah.
think, at least. Like helping other people and helping this reality grow. Really amazing. Um, I've written down. Yeah, you mentioned as in your reason why. Why are you helping people with hypnotherapy?
Because I used to struggle a lot with a lot of issues, and for me, hypnotherapy was like the biggest thing that like made the most rapid change. I would say that the most change has happened in the past 2 years, and it's
Past
because
two
of
years.
since I had my first like hypnotherapy session in 2021. So after that, that's when a lot of things happened. Like I started traveling. I went to Mind Valley University. I started becoming a coach and speaking on camera,
Yeah,
and like even people I noticed, like friends, they say, "Oh, you're confident." Like before that, people still used to call me the shy person. They used to think I'm, but now when people talk to me, they're like, "What?" They don't believe that I used to be shy before.
yeah, yeah. That's a big one. Like we only remember ourselves how shy that we were in the past, and what kind of victories that we have accomplished in the meantime.
And also, I've seen the power of like hypnotherapy, like with my clients as well, seeing how they've changed, like stopping energy drinks, even stopping smoking, being able to take massive action on their goals,
Mm,
and also make more money as well.
yeah. And is it then like is it then an identity shift that you're introducing to them? As in, what is the core that you're going in with hypnotherapy?
I would say it's like an identity shift. So I'm also a lot into. Do you know Neville Goddard?
No, I don't.
So he's a spiritual teacher. He wrote many books like Feeling is the Secret, The Power of Awareness,
Hmm.
and he talks about he teaches the law of assumption, which is about it's like law of attraction, but instead it's about what you assume to be true is what is mirrored back to you. So like
That makes sense. Yeah.
or your self concept, your state, and that means the same thing as your identity. So you basically attract who you are into your life.
Mm. So if the identity is yeah not a smoker, but at least the identity is then a healthy person who doesn't smoke, then you're just leaning into that healthy lifestyle.
Yeah, you first become the version of you who is like if you want to stop smoking, become the version of you who doesn't smoke, and
Mm.
you become that version of you on the inside, and then that's when things change. It's about having like an inner conviction that you are that person already, even if the outside doesn't show it yet. But when you have that, then that's when things start to shift.
Yeah.
Like you start taking the right actions, you start behaving like someone who's already through smoke.
And is it then do people come to you as in, oh, this is my ideal version that I want to be in? For example, like confidence before the camera and very easy to speak and then speak to girls and I don't know what kind of other stuff. Is that then the ideal that they're coming to
Um,
you about?
so when people come to me, they're not really. Most people they don't even know what they want. Like I feel like many people they haven't really gotten clear on their goals, and that's a problem because then if they don't know what they want, then they don't know where to go, and then it creates like conflicting maybe desires. They can't stick to a direction. So I make sure like on the when I'm working with a client that they have clarity, that they know exactly where they're at the moment and they know where they want to be. So then they can define what kind of person they want to be, how their life would look like, how people would see them, etc.
Yeah, so
And then,
that's the rapport building at the beginning and just actually clarifying what they actually want to achieve.
yeah, like getting them to imagine what would it be like as that version of them that already has what they want. And
Mm.
then they're going to do that as well in the session in the hypnotherapy. They're going to be visualizing it, and because they're in the hypnosis, it's going to be a lot more vivid. And because I'm guiding them, they're going to be able to see it more clearly, really identify with that version.
Mm.
And that's basically how it becomes the identity. Like with hypnosis, like it's a really powerful technique to help you become that identity and make it basically natural, because it's only like your identity, like when it only becomes who you are when you really really deeply believe it, like it's an inner conviction.
Mhm.
So it's about just getting to that point where it's an inner conviction, like you really just have like the knowing that you are that person.
Yeah.
And that's why, like with things like visualization, like if it doesn't work, it's because you haven't made it natural yet. You haven't made that your identity like your natural state.
Yeah.
This means more like repetition, like more like imagining yourself, more like hypnosis to get you to that level where you
A-
already know what you.
and do you invite people to visualize their ideal version, or is it then the invitation on letting them feel as if that identity is already happening?
So I get them to like imagine like in front of them is their ideal version,
Hmm.
and to basically step into that version of them, like just like an actor steps into
Yeah.
their role as like for example Henry Cavill is like stepping into his role as Superman, so they're
Yeah.
stepping
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
their super version of themselves, and then they're experiencing it as if they are that version. They're like role playing, and then it's like the more an actor practices their role, the more they get better at it.
Yeah.
And it's the same when you play your role as your ideal version, that becomes who you are.
And do you notice that sometimes people get into that role for, I don't know, a couple of hours and then kind of switch back and then go back
Yeah.
to it in that role sometimes?
Yes. So sometimes people will go back, and then what I tell people, my clients, is that you can always access this role. Like I give them like anchors so that they can easily. There, it's like maybe an association or link. Maybe they can do a gesture or something, or they can think of a word, and it can make it easy for them to get that feeling back of being that person,
Ah,
so they can access it anytime.
yeah, I remember something that Paul McKenna did this year from Mind Valley University. And I think it was like a couple of fingers on the left side and a couple of them on the right side regarding the positive and the negative, something like that.
Yeah.
With money blocks, I think that he was talking about.
Um,
I don't know the details, but because you have done your hypnotherapy for Paul McKenna, with Paul McKenna.
yes, I did. Yes.
Hmm. Good, nice. Yeah, and now just like helping clients. Then,
Yeah, helping clients, and also at the moment, like I made a course with future lifestyle creators. Do you know Zishan?
yeah, 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 yeah. I know him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I've created a course on his platform, and just waiting it for it to be released.
nice. And that's something that people can find as well.
Yep. Once it's released on his platform.
Yeah, then
Um,
I'll have to check on Sishan's platform because he's doing all kinds of things as well, which is
yeah.
quite fun.
Yeah.
And you've been, sorry, go ahead.
It's about manifesting, like using like the law of assumption, like basically the stuff I learned about from Neville Goddard.
Yeah.
And I got it all together, so like, step by step.
And is there something that you're currently manifesting for yourself?
So for me, is main one is to be like a successful business owner. Like I want to be able to do things like that I couldn't do before. Like for example, do a TED talk, be able to speak on the Mind Valley stage.
Mm,
That's something I really want to do, and also travel a lot more, and also manifest a relationship as
good,
well. Yeah,
good. Yeah,
and
the ideal life.
yeah, ideal life. Yes, but basically, my three most important questions.
Ah, yeah, of course. Yeah, it's a strong one. And what kind of other quests do you really like within Mind Valley?
So I really love the silver method, the silver ultra mind system, because I would say that one really helps. Like it's basically self hypnosis. because you're going to alpha, theta, and it helps a lot to just like if you're new to meditation, then this can really help you to become get into a relaxed state, even if you're a complete beginner. And it's better because it's not just like a passive meditation. A lot of meditation is just passive, like just focus on the breath. But this is very visual, like to get you into a relaxed state. And then also they have so many good techniques to like project yourself into metals and also into plants and stuff like that. And those things, they're really good because they help increase your awareness and like increase your ability to like visualize, to imagine. Then it makes it easier to visualize things, imagine your goals, etc.
Mm.
And there's really good techniques like the three scenes techniques and also the mental video technique. I've used that technique before to help me with my business, the mental video technique. When I'm stuck, when I don't know something, I can just ask higher intelligence for an idea, and then the next day I'll get the idea. For example, I didn't know like uh, who I could help like with my business, with my hypnotherapy. I was still unclear. Then I used that. Then the following day, I found out where I can do camera confidence, and then just tried it out, and then found out people are interested in that.
Yeah. And you noticed that people were interested in that specific one.
Yes, and
Yeah.
people like even when I go to Mind Valley meetups, people are like, "When is your next class?"
Oh, that's so amazing. Because in what location are you in? Where do you live?
I'm in London.
In London. Okay, nice. So a lot of local meetups there as well. I don't know who's running the London monthly.
Zishon is
Ah,
running them.
he's okay, nice. Yeah, yeah, it's so much fun. All of those quests and all of those local things. Do, do you notice growth in intuition and manifestation power for yourself?
I would say yes. Like a lot of the things that I desired, they've manifested. For example, going to Mind Valley University. Like I was actually on my vision board, and I looked
Mm.
at my vision board, and I saw like the image like, that I chose was the black box in Katui Katel. That was the image that was on my vision board, and
Yeah,
I ended up going in Tallinn, and that that was the
being there.
yeah.
And now the goal is to give your presentation in the black box as well, or one of the other stages. What are you thinking
Any of
about?
the stages, any of the stages. Yeah.
Really amazing. And then giving a presentation about camera confidence or something else.
About maybe manifesting, like because I feel like the stuff I'm learning from like Neville Goddard, like I feel like a lot of people don't know about it. Like most people know about like law of attraction, about vibration, like you need to think positive. I feel like a lot of people are like maybe they're misled with like manifesting, like they don't understand about how to like manifest like properly and in a simple way, like what you need to really focus on. And I realize it's very simple. Like it's just about consciously imagining and then just being aware of your thoughts. Like not like if you have bad thoughts, not trying to fight them, just observe them. And
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for me personally, the one of the biggest changes for my manifestation power was not actually thinking about the end result, but imagining the emotion that is attached to that end result. Because that emotional is that vibrational state of our body that we can use upon the outside world.
yeah,
That has been a
and
personal one massively.
yeah, and I've seen like also like there's a when I just have a knowing that something is gonna happen and then it happens. Like I just decide like something and then it happens. I don't even have to imagine like a long scene or anything like that.
Yeah, yeah, and apparently there isn't a difference between manifesting something small and manifesting something big.
Yeah, it's just that it takes knowing that like your expectancy with something bigger is that you need to be able to get to that point where you
Yeah,
can expect it to happen.
yeah. So let's manifest some stuff big.
Yes.
like actually creating so much impact upon the world and for our fellow humans, basically.
Mm.
Really nice. Um, is there something that you kind of want to share regarding your personal story, as in where you were at the beginning, what kind of stages that you've gone through, for kind of people to latch onto if they are still somewhere in that stage?
So if you're like if you've never tried like hypnotherapy, like you're skeptical, like I recommend like just trying it out, even like just one session, like even just audios, like there's videos online, like guided hypnosis, like from people like Michael Seeley, and also on my channel as well. I got some free audios, and they'll help you just get a taste of what like hypnosis is. And also, like, I recommend just trying it out, like, because once you've tried the hypnotherapy session out, like, you will really like it will change your mind. Like, you'll be like, wow. Like
Wow.
for me, like, I was like, I actually wanted to have like an actual session with a hypnotherapist like earlier, but I was like procrastinating on it and thinking like, should I do it or not? But eventually, but there was a point where I just like other things weren't that effective for me, and then I took this, and then that's when things changed, and I'm like, oh, I should have done it earlier. So yeah,
Yeah, and of course
and
there are
also
so many things that we can lean into, because hypnotherapy is one of them, but there are so many other ones that uh, people report having massive benefits.
yeah, and another thing I want to say is that if you're doing like lots of techniques, like you've tried so many things, like tried meditation, you tried tapping, you tried all of this, and you feel like you're not getting anywhere. Like it's not about the techniques, it's not about like the techniques are just techniques, but it's all about shifting your it's all about the identity shift. Like all these techniques are designed to help you make that identity shift. But like unless there is an actual identity shift, like you're not gonna change.
Yeah.
And with hypnosis, like I would say that's the most powerful way to help you make that identity shift.
Mm. And because what I noticed is it's very difficult to actually find good hypnotherapy therapists, and just good people that you kind of like trust, that you resonate with, that you can have
Yes.
your personal relationship with. Um, what do you do to kind of like being found by people?
So I promote on like social media. I provide value, and also like make sure that people like they can benefit from like even just free content, so that they can like trust, and they can also like explore what hypnotherapy is like. And also that's why I do like the masterclass as well, so that people can get like a taste of what it's like, and then they can go from there.
Yeah, exactly. And
Because that
what's your LinkedIn details?
it's Timothy Luckcock, so it's my surname, and then
Just your full first name and then surname.
yeah.
Okay, nice. Then I will post that later on as well, because it will be useful for people to kind of like find you and experience that feeling, because I can imagine that it's quite beneficial.
Yes.
Nice, good. Um, is there anything else that you kind of want to share upon the world, just in general? What's
I would say like is just to keep going, because I've spent like 10 years like doing so many things, like working on myself, and like I still experience like times where I get tough, but I just keep going no matter what circumstances show me. Like I'll keep going no matter what.
Yeah, really amazing. And that for being 24 years old,
Yeah.
which is really amazing what kind of possibilities that you can have later on, because we can manage so much. Perfect. Thank you. Then I think it will be fun to actually have a close up on that. Then we have a relatively short one. And then I thank you very much.
Thank you.